evening hunt. Dad and I slipped way back onto a stand that we haven't hunted in the evening yet. We know some of these big bucks bed out in front of us, and I'm hoping one just takes a walk. There's a really big scrape over here, and it hasn't been opened up in a while, so with the rain that just moved through, I'm hoping one coming by and does that. We saw 2 nice bucks on this piece today. I don't know where they went, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're back in here. So we got in super quiet, felt like a ninja, and Jake's not far from us. He's on here as well, so our odds should increase. Both of us have our bows, and we're ready to roll. Well, I'm all set up. This morning, Nick and Dad were in this exact tree, and they said there was a buck that came from town across this cornfield and ended up somewhere back in this thick cover underneath these pine trees. I know that there's thick bedding over here. It just looks nasty. There's grapevines and all kinds of stuff, but out here is just all an open oak flat. So hopefully we get deer coming out of the thick cover, out of the bedding, working out to the cornfield. And if does do that this time of year, there ought to be bucks with them. It's just a matter of whether or not it's the right buck. So I think this is really the first stand I've ever sat in this season where I can see a good distance. So hopefully that's a good thing. And it's the right time of year. I've got a grunt call and I've got a rattle pack. So hopefully I can get a buck's attention if it is too far away. We just had a light drizzle, just enough to wet everything down and make it nice and quiet getting in. Now I'm just hoping to see some deer. It's about 5:30, and I had a spike that came out of there, worked the edge and just fed on different little browse and ended up cutting back in there. So who knows, there could still be more deer in there, and there's an hour until sunset and an hour and a half before the end of legal. So these things this time of year, they just pretty much stay crossed all the time. Bleh. Go down, go down, go down. Please, Lord, let that be a good shot. Oh. Holy cow. Yo. If anything, it's just a hair back. It looked like I drilled him, but I can't see. I'm looking for my arrow. I can't see. Dude, this whole tree stand is a rodeo. He came from like where the food plot is, out of those pines. He might have worked that edge. Well, he went back into this bedding and I lost sight of him. He was gonna go into her yard. So I grunted at him. Nothing. And I snort-wheezed on a dime, turned and came. He was 30 yards when I shot him. I haven't yet, no. And I'm not 100% positive that I got the shot on film, but I got him running away. The arrow zipped right through him, so I will. No, he ran deeper into the hardwoods, like towards the other stands that are in the hardwoods. Yeah, towards you guys. When I first shot him, so he's to the left of my tree stand. When I first shot him, he ran about 20 yards and stopped on the edge of the field, wagging his tail, wobbling a little bit. His head was down the whole time. And then he trotted along the edge of the field for like 40 yards and then cut into the woods. And I lost sight of him 100 yards away in the hardwoods. His tail was flitting the whole way. His head was down. He wasn't moving fast. That's what I'm hoping. My gosh, it all happened so fast. And he came straight at me. I had to stop him, then move the camera in place, and then draw my bow. And he was about to just about to take another step. His head was up, and then I shot him. I didn't have time to range him. He had to be 30 yards. I watched where the knock went, and it was mid-body. It wasn't high. So, I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed. So, no, you guys keep hunting, because I don't think we should even go after this deer until after dark, if anything. I'm gonna sit for a minute and just see what else I see, and then I might go check and see if I can find the arrow, because I can't see with it. It's a blue knock. I can't find it from the tree, so That's what I will. That's what I'll do. Tall. He was tall. Yeah. Nice deer. Okay, good luck. Keep sitting. He might run right past you if he's still alive. I hope not, but... Okay, well, sit tight and good luck. Bye. Fingers crossed, man. Oh, fingers crossed. I think I just killed a buck. Alright, I just climbed down out of that tree stand. I'm gonna go check out my arrow. My fingers are crossed that, it blew right through him. The video looks great, so hopefully there's a dead deer at the end of this trail a couple hundred yards away. Oh goodness. That arrow looks pretty good. I am gonna wait here. I might even go back to the house and hang out with Mom until Nick and Dad come out of the woods, because they still have an hour left of shooting light, and you never know what could walk by. So we'll end up with the family tracking a buck through the hardwoods, and I'm pretty confident at the end of that trail there's going to be a deer with some pretty big antlers and some pretty tall tines. Needless to say, I'm excited. phone of the video, and it looks like he smoked him. I mean, like, smoked him. So, I think we're gonna have a dead deer tonight, but he told me to go ahead and keep sitting. So we're gonna see if we see anything else. Then we're gonna take up this track job after dark.
You're back already?
Yeah. Hey!
You said you could shoot for another half hour.
It's so dark in there with the pine trees.
Papa's here.
Dude, nice job. Thanks, man. Thing is, that's definitely the one we saw this morning. You freaking torched it.
I thought, but he didn't. Dude, when you watch the video, you can see the blood coming out right behind his shoulder on the offside.
He's done.
That's what I thought
He's
too.
done.
He ran for a lot further than I thought he would.
Done.
If you want to see the video, I'll
Yeah, for sure pull it up. Hey, buddy, did you know your dad shot a deer? Did you know he shot a big buck? You gonna go take out the track job with us?
Is it raining?
We can go find him? We can go find him? So he first comes in off camera over here. You can just see his antlers getting tugged and grabbed by all this thick stuff right in through here. Yep. Oh man, he looks huge there. Yeah. I just don't like how he acted. I mean, he's going to die, but I don't know why he didn't go down like a double lung hit. Like, you absolutely smoked him. I don't know why he's acting like that.
I don't either.
He wasn't Hannah. Oh, good. Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Good job. I'm gonna go get some pizza. I gotta leave my hat. Like, I told Dad after I watched that, I was like, you couldn't place an arrow better.
That's why I thought, when I told you on the phone, I thought maybe it was a little far back because of how
he
long
behaved,
it,
yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's not.
he
It's
acts
right
like
there.
he acts like it's like a liver hit or something, but it's not. There's no way. Like, that is through the smokehouse. Yeah, that is the same deer I saw. That might actually be the deer from the scrape. I mean, like, yeah, this just looks like an absolute torch shot.
The only thing I can figure,
In 5.
the only thing I can figure is that it's a little high, and so
I don't think so, because he, like, can you play that in slow-mo?
I said I already drug it out and down to the track.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was you and I didn't see that thing run like that, I probably would have went and looked for it. But actually, with it acting like that, I probably would have left.
That's what I feel.
So I hung it in the rain and like.
All right, well, we've got the tracking party here. We're gonna head back. I left the arrow sticking in the ground at the point of impact, and so hopefully that blue knock stands out and we can go and try to find first blood and pray and hope the whole way that he fell over not too far after I last saw him. So
I hope so. This far?
would he?
No, we're not
The
even.
buck ran out.
No.
Or is he
We're not
further
even to
down?
the stand yet.
No, but the lighted knock is right there. So yeah, so there are looks like little bubbles in it.
Oh, that's money.
So this is where he was.
Well, this is where the shot. He was up in front of all that brush. It just landed back in here. Because he was standing behind that fall down right there. He was just standing on this side. You can see the trail he took to run out of it.
Hold that up here.
So, I mean, it's clean blood all the way through.
I'm glad to see a lot of blood still on it after the rain.
Yeah.
Hold on, hold that there like that, Jay.
I mean, I don't think
Following blood on that field might be a little hard.
it doesn't have any smell to it. But it's,
I don't think we'll find much on the field, like you said.
yeah.
I think we should still go out there.
For sure.
You ran like what, only like a couple yards this way?
You already got blood?
Yeah, there's blood all over right here.
The sign finds
Yeah.
me. They found blood before you did.
Easton found blood, a lot of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was looking up here because I thought he ran that
Yeah,
way.
you can see where he picked stuff up.
Yeah.
Cool. Did we walk that over with Butch?
Oh, yeah.
Cleared a bunch.
Good. Good.
Right there, he's angling out through there.
There's more
Right,
here.
bunch right there.
This is where he was standing.
There's bubbles in it.
Yeah, this is where he was standing at.
There's just it keeps going. Can you believe that?
This makes me feel a lot better.
surprised he even made it this
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that maybe I was too far forward.
There's no way. That was perfect. You want this thing, man? I got it. I just want to try to save this one a little.
Here's some right here.
You pumping out of both? Or no? It should be. Is there some right?
Yeah, that's blood.
It's just a solid line.
Well, and there's bubbles in it, like
Like everywhere. Must be because it's a lacquer.
it is a line. Look at
Yeah.
that line.
We should start seeing zigzags.
He's over here. He hasn't stumbled yet.
Did he stumble maybe?
He's over here. He hasn't stumbled yet.
There's no way he's gonna stop.
No, that's sweet. I don't think I've ever followed a blood trail like
Oh,
this.
don't I have to put this on
What?
for a picture?
Yeah. Okay, this is where he starts cutting back to the right. He's wobbling, and there he is. Look at that.
Just so you know, we saw him way before.
How far back?
Nick and I looked at each other. Dad was tapping me.
Literally? I don't even have a light.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right, Dad. I think he was falling. Make sure he's dead. Break anything?
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
You always have to get these bucks back out in daylight the next day when you shoot them in the evening, just to get a better look at them, because I don't think you can truly appreciate a deer and what it looks like until you see it with the sunrise behind you. And the pictures are proof of that. But this is a deer that we actually know fairly well. We had him on the food plot trail camera over the summer in velvet, and he looked really good then. We put him on the list and knew that if he came by our stands, he was going to be one that we would be tempted to shoot. And early October, he was in the food plot in daylight. And then he was also on a scrape that he didn't actually work the scrape, but he was on that trail camera in daylight on the 28th of October. So we knew he was starting to get active a little bit. And then yesterday morning, Nick and Dad hunted actually in the same exact tree I was in last night. And this guy came hauling across the field. There must have been a doe and estrus somewhere, and there were 2 bucks, and I think he ended up being the one that broke off. He probably didn't win the fight. And so Nick and Dad knew he was in the area, and we split up last night, and this guy came strolling back through, probably heading back to where he came from yesterday morning, and he gave me a 30-yard shot. I had to snort-wheeze to get him to turn around. He was going to cross the road. And man, I tell you what, that's the second time this season that we've snort-wheezed at a buck, and without hesitation, they've turned around completely and walked almost to the base of the tree. So, and that was just with our mouths. We didn't even have a call to do that through. It's just an incredible time of year to be in the woods. Beautiful scenery, beautiful colors in the trees, and then to get to see a nice rack like this, you can't beat hunting November like that.